Sup nerds, welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 80. I am Sean, I'm joined with Chris and Brandon as always.
Alright guys, this week's Omni4Game recap. We go over our locals as always. Our second locals is we look at the weekly reveals, and then we hit your guys' comment questions. So if you guys like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Alright, first topic, locals recap. So Trinity,
I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember who did the work.
I think it was you, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check.
It was definitely Brandon, both Tuesday and Friday.
I wasn't gonna add that to it, but I was also pretty sure that was the case. Let me just double check.
Yeah, I mean, it was no doubt I was the worst on Friday.
No doubt. Hold on, the app is a garbage.
I got it. Oh yeah, that's right. I was below you, and my my opponent match win percentage was the dog awful worst I've ever seen.
How is your opponent's match percentage 37%?
37. Look at Josh. His is the exact same. That's crazy.
I didn't realize AJ came in first.
Yeah, AJ went on. AJ went undefeated. He didn't drop a game with Royal Knights all night.
Royal Knights, yeah. But
he didn't play versus me.
It's so crazy that I have a 37 match win percentage because everybody at the event had at least a win.
Well, you played against
I mean, we're about to get into that.
Okay, go ahead, sorry. Also, I was wrong because I was thinking of the Time Wizard.
Okay, no.
And he wasn't there Tuesday.
No, he was not.
Just over here trying to knock over all my action figures I got set up over here. Anyway. So round one I played against Ben. He was playing Beals. Game one, this is going to be a running theme you're going to hear for the next, 8 matches I talk about. I was missing one piece. And if I ever see that one piece, I just win. For example, this game, it was Kendo. Game 2, I saw all my pieces, and I won quite thoroughly. Game 3, I had 3 mats, 1 Gabumon.
Okay.
I never saw a single other Gabumon for the rest of the game. So he just killed me. And you're thinking, oh, but Brandon, you play like Takuya Koji. Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Have you considered
if I would
getting
have just
good?
If I would have just seen my dual tamer or another level 3 sooner, I think I would have been fine. But, it is what it is. Round 2, I played against Robbie playing Bulkmon. I got that one 2-1. Game 1, because I'm playing against Pulsemon, or Bulkmon, I got to dig through my entire deck until I could finally see the piece I needed, but it was a little too late. By the time I saw it, he just hard slammed Fenriluga and went to the Takamizuchi combo when I had 1 security left. Overkill much. Game 2 was pretty uneventful. Nothing crazy happened. I just won. I just saw my pieces and I just won. There was nothing going on there. It was just standard game.
Mm-hmm.
Game 3, he kind of threw. He kept a hand. He still had the ability to mulligan, but he kept a hand with 0 rookies. Because he saw his one of Tamagotchi and Fenriluga. And he was like, oh, if I can just build a level 6, I can just win.
Oh my god.
So, of course, he hard slams a level 5. I kill it. And then he has nothing going on for the rest of the game. So I just win. That was pretty funny. Round 3, I played against Spencer. He was playing Chronicle. I got that one 2-0. Basically, unfortunately for him, my deck says bounce and bottom deck. And his stuff says if it would be deleted. So unless he can set up the alpha or you can with all his good stuff, I'm just winning. So, because I'm just bouncing his stuff off the board. I did force him to hard drop to Oryu to pop my Omni, but he wasn't keeping turn doing that. So then I was just able to promote Ancient Lobo combo and then win the game from there. Game 2, he basically never saw level 5, so I was just able to like kill him super aggro, super quick. He wasn't really playing. Yeah, that's it for Trinity. Only had 3 rounds.
Alright, I ended up getting third. Round 1, I played against Sean, who was playing Magna DNA. I was playing Chronicle. Not very well. The deck definitely carried me through a lot of my night. Not much to say against Sean. I just... there was one. I think it was...
I was supposed to go before you.
Oh, were you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you got second.
No.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Chris, stop jumping in line.
I played Magna X DNA, which was this week's members only vote for what I played at locals. Round 1, I played against Chronicle. I believe I won game 1, I think, and then I proceeded to lose the next 2 games. I didn't see any of my medieval Gallantmons versus him games 2 and 3, and I need mid ground removal versus that deck because I can't just swing into him, because then I just get alpha or you can aced and feel real bad about it. So I ended up losing that match. Round 2, I got the bye, which does suck as far as like doing something for the round, but it actually is like, it gives you like the best tiebreakers in Bandai's system. So it's, you know, silver lining. Then round 3 I played against Dynus. Yeah, it was Dynus. I don't... There wasn't anything super interesting about it. I just won.
You're gonna talk about the final play?
Yeah, I guess I will. I had a Magna
after showing him you could do it the game before.
Yeah. So it didn't matter what he did there because I win either way. That's what sucked about it. So I had a Magna on the field already, and I had 3 memory. Or Magnex on the field. He has I think it's a suspended... Yeah, it has a suspended Dynus ace. Or unsuspended. Unsuspended Dynus ace, sorry. I suspend him and my Magna X to play my Medieval Gallantmon for 7 memory to put him to 4. Attempts to pop his Dynus. He protects it by trashing his last security card. And I'm like, okay, cool. End of turn from my Magna X stack. DNA into Alphamon or you can ace. Minus 15,000 DP on your Dynus. Gain 4 from Ace Overflow. And then swing for game. Yes, Brandon?
Can you just vortex into it as well? Or were you not big enough?
I wouldn't have been big enough. Dynus Ace is 12k.
Oh, that's right. And you only had the suspended Magna, so you couldn't have allianced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, there was no reason for me to do that since I had an.
Yeah, why would he do that when he can just DNA into Alpha?
Yeah, because I don't know if he's playing some weird aces like Burst Mode or something.
It's with Burst Mode. Ah!
You could also play Crimson Mode in that deck too.
Yeah.
It goes on top of like all of the new Dynuses. And you could play Jesmon GX in that deck.
You could. It's true. They are Royal Knights.
Gives me some thoughts. So yeah,
how to make a fair deck slightly less fair.
Yes. Kill your opponent very quickly. That's how you do it. Actually, Alphamon or you can ace him for game, both games. But game 2, I actually needed to do it. Game 1, I just did it because I had it in my hand and I just showed it to him. I got him to 1 security and just showed him Alphamon ace, and he was like, "Yep." So I ended up coming in 4th place, going 2-1. All right, your turn, Chris.
So, like I said, I got 3rd. Round 1, played against Sean. He did, I believe it was game 3, he forgot that Oryumon de-digivolved. because he left a Pyildramon on the field, and I did the whole Wombo combo all the way up into Oriyumon. Digivolved it, and he forgot it did that. I remember that.
I remember now. Yeah, I could have won game 3 if I just aggroed you out, but I was trying to play around your stuff, forgetting what your stuff even did, and I lost because I wasn't aggressive enough into your security.
Yes. So I digivolved his stack, and then when I swung at security, activated the effect, it blew up his stack, and you kind of lost momentum from there.
Mm-hmm.
It also didn't help that you didn't see Medieval or your Dual Tamers in games 2 or 3. I remember in game 1, you saw the Dual Tamer, and it gave you just so much extra pressure that I couldn't play, or I could have played, but I couldn't keep up pressure. So that was game 1. Round 2, played against Dante and Nature Spirits. I ended up getting that 2-0, but game 1 was kind of a grind because it was taking me a little while to see a couple pieces, and he had out the Nature Spirit that gives all of his Nature Spirits blocker, so that was kind of a pain. So it just took me a little longer to win game 1, but then game 2, I kind of just saw my pieces and killed him real quick. I think I even got to a point where I had 2 Oryukenmons on the field. Because I think I did the same thing you did, Sean, one time where I gave one of his aces, like I baited him into an ace play, and then gave it taunt with the 1 cost option card. So as soon as his turn started, I'm like, hey, it's my turn again. So, that was round 2. Round 3, I played against Royal Knights, and I got blown out really bad, 0-2. 1, I just wasn't seeing the cards I needed to see. It was like the worst I had drawn and probably played all night. I really need to see Grademon in that matchup, because if I don't, I just won't have the protection for the turn. So my Digimon are pretty exposed out there. Also, it would probably be it would have probably been easier if I would had the Tama, the new one that allows you to Digivolve, because I only ever saw 1 Tamer the entire match. So the Tama definitely would have helped me be a little bit more aggressive, because it's kind of like having 2 of the Tamers.
Yeah, so you can additionally Evo extra while you're swinging, right? That's the Tama effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything I kind of just put out there on the field that wasn't the Grademon was just like exposed to his, his Royal Knights just blowing my stuff up. So, unfortunately got absolutely wrecked round 3. So, yeah, not bad. I'll probably play Chronicle again once we're able to play those Dorymons, because that'll definitely make the deck a little bit better. It's still not super consistent. There'll be times where you have like multiples of the same. I mean, it's like any deck that requires 2 lines to play the deck. The difference between that and like Imperial is the level 3s, or the Imperial deck has so many level 3s that it's just search. That's why that deck can be so consistent, whereas like decks like Chronicle most of the time only have like maybe 1 or 2. So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Trinity.
On to TBS, where Brandon gets to go first again.
Yep. So, round 1, I got to play against Dante. He was playing Ghosts. Ghost is a very fair deck. Very, very fair. Game 1, I accidentally played around his option card without realizing it. So I didn't realize the option card was, I guess, mistranslated.
I have said this. I told you both this.
I knew. Don't worry, Sean. I knew.
But, playing against it and being told it, 2 different things, I didn't realize...
I'm glad Dante knew.
Yeah. The option card requires the exact number of levels in trash to work.
Exactly 9.
Yeah, exactly 9. And I, the turn prior, Miraculous Mega Knighted my only level 3 out of trash. So all I had in my trash was 4s and 6s. and a 7, but you can't touch the 7s with it.
Was he picking up your trash and looking at it?
No.
Oh, he just knew without looking.
Well, no. So he was like, "All right, I'm gonna use this option card. It requires like cards in your trash." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, here, let's look at it." And then there was nothing in there. So he's like, "Oh, I can't even use this."
Whenever I was playing Ghost, I would just pick up my opponent's trash every so often just to look at it, whether I had Apparition in my hand or not. Just always know. Yeah.
Just bluffing.
Not really that. I just don't want them to know when I have it in my hand, so I just do it all the time.
Yeah. Then I had Metal Garu stunned his board, and I was like, all right, cool. He has a on deletion D-Evo, but I stunned that stack, so he's not going to be able to swing with it and like hit something in security and die, so I should be safe. And then he just activates the 1-cost option that deletes his own body. What is it, like demonic something or another?
Disaster.
Yeah, that. And I was just like, alright, dude. Say D-Evo's my Metal Garu. But, he had 2 level 3s on the board, and he swung. I was at 2 security. A Gabumon on the board. And so, I took some comment suggestions, and I tried out the Bond Aces. So I just bot deck both your level 3s, and he was like, oh, okay then.
These weren't in the deck last week.
Huh?
So these weren't in the deck last week.
Well, it's also just like you forget in the moment that those cards can even do that sometimes.
Yeah, as soon as you're at the
just
security threshold.
Yeah, you can warp the level 3 into a level 7 like that. Like I forgot about it against Todd one night. I mean, I still ended up winning, but like when he did it, I was like, "Oh yeah, you can't do that."
You deserve to lose the match because you yourself played that deck and you walked right into it.
Yeah.
Yep. But I didn't lose.
Yeah, you didn't lose.
Yeah. So basically, I had it set up to where I didn't think this was going to happen, of course, but I had it set up to where even if he de-evoed me, I could ace him. Either way, he was getting aced. But obviously, Omni would have been better than Bond Ace, but, either way, I could have Bond aced. Game 2, I gambud. I kept a hand that had 1 analog and 2 mats. I actually saw a rookie off the analog, so never punished. And I was going second, so I was able to play a mat after that. And then following turn, I actually stayed in breeding. And I choked him to 1 again by playing my second mat, and then after I promoted, I just have tempo for the rest of the game. I actually saw my pieces, was able to actually play the game. That is not how the rest of my night's going to go. So we get to round 2. Played against Finley playing Digimon. Yeah, I just love spending 40 minutes watching my opponent do what Chris did to me, but worse. Which is sitting here, way slower, yeah. Just sitting here going, how do I go around your card effects? Man, if only I was playing a card that gives me blanket immunity to everything and anything you could possibly do in that deck. Gee, this is the worst. How do I do this? Anyway, so it's been 10 minutes now. I'm gonna do exactly that.
You gotta stay on top of him. I stayed on top of him, and he was playing relatively quick.
Listen, you know what I did?
And that's relatively. Instead of every 5 minutes making an action, it was like every minute.
Yeah. You know what I did to keep my sanity?
I literally at one point, he attacked me with a Jessamon. Literally, he attacks me with a Jessamon. I Cherubi ace him, play out a Digimon, and I blow it up. And he's sitting there, he's like, "Oh man, what am I supposed to do?" And I literally go, "You have no card in your deck that prevents this deletion. You need to take your cards off the board, and it's my turn now."
That is what you have to do.
Literally, that's what I said to him. I literally said, "You have no cards in your deck that prevent this action. It is now my turn because the memory has passed to my side."
Yep.
And so I drew and started playing. And then every time I would tuck something into security off one of my effects, I go, Finley, show him, and then I'd put it. Because you gotta keep his attention.
Yeah.
You gotta keep his attention. But anyways, go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, so I just sat on Facebook and scrolled through reels.
See, that's why you only got through one game.
No, we got through 2.
Oh.
He OTKs in both games.
Oh, he 2-0'd you. Oh, I thought you guys only played one.
What do I do against a deck that just says I have blanket immunity? I can't do anything.
Lose question?
And then everybody on his board is also a blocker. So Ancient Garu's not touching a security. I'm not bouncing a security. It's literally the perfect counter. And then, oh, okay, cool. Set up your Omni play, Brandon. Yeah, it's only if oh yeah, that's right, Genku X has D Evo 2. And then when you go into it, you also get blanket immunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Omni then therefore does Jack Diddley Squat. It's my ultimate counter. I cannot play against that deck.
Okay, so you lost that one. What would you play next round?
Then I played against Ben. Ben was playing 7 Great Demon Lords again. And Ben, having PTSD from me playing this deck at full power, immediately sat down and went, oh my god, this is such a bad matchup. Me, knowing damn well, my deck has gone from fringe competitive to you bring this to your locals and you attempt to have fun.
I wouldn't call it fringe competitive pre-ban. I would say it was tier 1 pre-ban.
Well, the reason I say fringe is because it did have a high brick potential. There were a lot of non-games with the original version as well. If you saw your stuff, yeah, you were popping off and you were killing. You were killing like no other. But anyway, why are we talking about this? All right, listen, I'm already heartbroken. Okay, let's not bring it up. So, I knowing full well going into this matchup, I'm about to get rolled because my deck is slower. I have to see more pieces. And I'm more reliant on those pieces. So, game 1, he hits me with the Levia. I think it was the Levia. The one that strips sources and bottom decks them?
Yeah, Sylvia.
Yes. So he hit me with that. He bot decked Takuya Koji, Lobo, and Kendo. What do you think I never saw again for the rest of the game?
Cards other than the cards you just said.
Yeah. Never saw a singular copy. Or I didn't. Okay, maybe I saw like the individual one of the level 4s, but I never saw another dual tamer, and I never saw the other piece. So I was just screwed from there on out. Because, you know, the whole point of Ancient is you're supposed to be able to recycle your pieces. Nope.
That is the point of it.
So, game 2, I hard bricked. Oh, he basically just kills me game 1, eventually. Just like, I run out of steam, he's constantly deleting my stuff. Like, I don't even have tamers on the board at this point because he keeps popping them. No, I think I let him recover like once or twice to keep a tamer on the board. But either way, obviously I get a Gudud and I die. Game 2, I hard bricked so badly that I had to hard pass turn 3 to 4 turns in a row. And by the time I finally was able to make any semblance of a play, it was putting a Gabumon in the raising, right? Promoting, while he had Digimon Emperor on the board, and I was choked to 1. So I promoted my Gabumon, drew my card, gave him blocker, and then he Ogudabon me.
You can't even give him blocker.
Oh yeah, because I don't even go to start a main.
Nope.
So I mean, he was dead anyway. Who cares? Yeah, Judge. So obviously I was in Depressy Town at this point. It's like, what a lovely non-game I just played. So anyway, want to see me do it again? Because then, round 4, I played against Todd, playing Diaboromon. And both game 1 and 2, I had such slow starts, and he had such fast starts, that they were both essentially non-games. Like, he essentially, both games... I think, game 1, he opened up way faster, where he was able to get the... He didn't have the Rush level 4, but he had double errata. So, he literally went, like... because I went first, so I went like Gabu Matt or something like that. And he had gone Kurosari, or no, the level 3, the Kara, searches all of them, and he grabbed Arata and Kurosari, and then was just like, alright, cool, Kurosari into Arata, and then next turn plays another Arata, and I'm just like, cool.
Wish I had his consistency when it came to seeing Arata when playing that deck. I swear, I never see them that consistently. It's very upsetting.
He does see it pretty often.
Game 2, I think he had acknowledged I was bricked and thought he could win faster by hard slamming the Diabora Ace while he had just a Diabora Ace and a token on the board. So I was just like, Digicross? Kendo Lobo into Ancient? Because all I was missing was a 3.
Yeah.
So I Digicross into it, bounces Diaboromon back to his hand, and, you know, now I have a Ancient on the board. Little do I know, he just goes, alright, cool, well I'm at 5 memory anyway, because I have a memory set or 2 Aratas on the board. Here's the Diaboromon that de-evos whenever, well not the Diaboromon, the Infamon, that de-evos whenever I play a dude. Anyway, now you're down to a Kendo.
Get touched.
And it's like, alright, cool. Yeah, and then I got touched. So yeah, I basically just hard lost, because both games it took me really, really long to even see pieces. And it's getting to the point where I think I'm just putting the deck away. Like I was telling Chris about it last night, I think I'm just putting it away.
Finally, dude, like we get to see you play something other than Ancient Omni.
No, you're just going to Red Hybrid.
Yeah, don't get excited.
Oh,
I'm just going to Red Hybrid. Yeah, don't get excited.
Boring.
Dagnam, yeah, I forgot what I played round 1. Brandon talked for so long. Okay, I remember now. Okay. Sorry, you just talked so long, I literally forgot what I played round 1.
Oh, you act like you don't talk that long. We're all just as long-winded. We all like to explain our stuff.
Anyways, with keeping in the theme from Tuesday, I got 3rd place last night as well. This time I was playing Angels. I was going to play Giga Seedramon, but Sean called me some expletives and said that I wouldn't do it, so I built it and played it.
I did do that.
Now I understand why he gets so excited when he plays Angels, because that deck is just kind of goofy in a good way. It's kind of goofy in a fun way. Yeah. So round 1 I played against Sakuyamon. His deck does a whole lot of nothing. I got to feel the power of promoting a Patamon, Digivolving in, then going Magna into a Dom, into an Angelmon Ace. That was
pretty good.
Really nice. Really nice. And then him not understanding that I play 6 Ace cards, and him swinging at me willy-nilly. I go, here's a Shadow Seraphimon. I'm going to swing at you with a Lion. I'm going to poke you. I'm going to DNA into Valderarm. And I'm going to kill you. So that was really fun. That was basically round 1 against Sakuyamon. I couldn't do much. He would also just freely promote his cards with... I mean, I don't think the deck has protection. He was just like, here's a level 5 just chilling on my board. And I'm like, alright, Dom, -7. Angelmon, -6.
Plays like it's still like BT3. It's like you can't kill this guy super easily.
Yeah, he's just like, my Talmon Ace is just out here.
Yeah, this game has not evolved to the point where every single card has removal.
Yeah, if you're playing even a slightly okay deck, you probably can clear bodies.
Yeah. So that was round 1. Round 2 played against Sean, who was playing Magna DNA again.
Yes.
Lost that one, 1-2. I probably could have played a little bit better. I was still trying to figure out the deck and some like the little niche interactions. I think both game 1 and game 2 are pretty good. Game 3, I couldn't see a level 4 to save my life until I eventually recovered into one, but it was like too late at that point. Like I kept my opening hand because it was a Patamon, 2 memory boosts and like 2 TKs. I'm literally set. Like this is like kind of the ideal hand, especially going second, because I think that might be one of Angel's biggest weaknesses. Is it's like, and Sean will probably agree with this. I don't know. Is it's like turn 1 or turn 2 play, because like you want to have, I'm assuming, one of those cards. Obviously, you want to have the Patamon. Like that's always the ideal opening.
Yeah.
But like you want to have one of those other 2 cards to kind of have something to do, because you don't want to just Digivolve the Patamon into like a level 4, right? Because you want to get that value off promoting it and doing its effect.
Yeah.
So I kept that hand literally because of that, and then proceeded to never see a level 4 from there, and just like Sean just killed me because he's playing that deck. Now, did he do a little bit of Brandon? Yes, he did. I had 1 security, he had 3 swings, I had no blocker. He knew what the security was, but he wanted to do a bunch of extra nonsense.
I did.
So that was round 2. Round 3, I played against.
According to you, that is playing optimally.
It is playing.
It is playing optimally. It is playing optimally.
So don't say pulling a Brandon. That's pulling on everybody here. We're all guilty of doing it.
That's why we call it BM. It's called Brandon mode.
That is
Damn
true.
right.
So round 3, played against a very fair deck in Necromon. I won that one 2-1. He did give me game 1. I was stuck on level 5s. I only saw 1 Angelomon Ace, and then once that was gone, I just proceeded not to see any more level 5s. And then the next 2 games, I just got the biggest of Sean's. I mean, just the biggest of Sean's. I'm telling you, he has a Reapermon on the board, and I go, yo, what trait is it? Because I'm pretty sure they're all virus. His whole deck is virus types.
It is.
And he like picks it up and he was like, it's a virus. I go, oh sweet. Promote the Angemon I had in raising, swing, activate its when attacking, bottom or put the Reaper in his security. He goes, oh man, you can do that, because he knows I play aces, so like
Yeah.
the Reapermon's like a pretty good call. I put it in the bottom of security, put the Patamon or put the Angemon into security, hatch, and then Digivolve a Patamon. And I've already put cards in my security because I also activated the Cupimon. So I'm literally set up. I'm looking at my hand. I'm like, he is literally getting blown out next turn. I played something to pass turn. I said, Dante, go ahead and play your next card because you're losing next turn. And he kind of laughs because I guess he didn't believe me. I literally proceeded to promote the Patamon, do so much shenanigans, and then kill him. And he goes, I guess I should have just believed you. I go, yeah, you probably should have.
You already
and then
did.
Chris literally out here gets a taste of the broken and turns into an anime pro tag.
Yeah,
literally-
drunk with power.
You literally
because I saw what it could do. Brandon, when I tucked the Angemon and then off the Cupimon effect, I tucked the Dominimon in there, and I looked what was in there, and there was also an Angelomon Ace. I'm like, it's over. It's freaking over.
Bro turns into an anime villain.
He does.
Literally turns into Kaiba. Draw your last card, Dante.
I literally promote Pata into Angemon, Digivolve Magna, Digivolve Dom effect, Angemon Ace. And then you know what I did? I kept turn. And I go, here's another Angemon Ace. Do your worst. So, that was that. And then round 4, I played against Finley, who was playing Jessmon. And I stayed on top of him to make sure that he was taking actions.
Pause.
There were still
Pause.
Oh, yeah, pause. So he would sit there and do his usual thing and go, Finley, you need to play a card. So stayed on top of him and I've already kind of talked about there was one instance where I had a Dom and 2 Angelomons on the board. He digivolved into his Jessmon. I also got extremely lucky, or he just didn't do it for some reason. He said he didn't have one in there, but he definitely had, like, turn 1, he put a Genku X into the trash. Like, turn 1, and then he hard played the Jesmon, or he didn't hard play, but he did the Jesmon combo. He hard played the Genku's effect. He digivolved the Savior into a Jesmon, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, thank God, because if he goes Genku X and de-evos my Dominimon, I'm in a bad spot.
Yes.
But he didn't. Instead he digivolved the Savior into a Jesmon. Tried to play out his token. No, he was able to play out the token. The Pillowmon comes out here in a second. He goes, then one of my Digimon can attack. I said, okay, here's Cherubimon Ace. Play out Pillowmon. I'm gonna kill your Jesmon. And then that's when he goes, oh man, what do I do from here? I go, literally word for word, bar for bar. I go, there is not a single card in your deck that prevents this action right now. It is now my turn because you've passed the memory to me at 5. And he goes, yeah, you're right. I go, I know. So then I draw, and then I killed him. That turn.
So Chris is an anime villain for sure. When
I played. You have to stay on top of him. Or
no, I agree. It's just funny.
Yeah, I literally.
I don't fault you. I think you did an excellent job. It's the fact that you guys finished 2 full games is crazy to me.
Yes, because I'm like, hey, you come on.
Get some jingle keys.
Now, will I say after I won game 1 and we still had 25 minutes left, I was way more lax, and I'm like, I've won game 1. There's almost a 90% chance that we won't finish game 2 and I'll just win it 1-0. Yeah. So I was a little less lax. I was a little less taxing on him game 2 because I'm like, I've already won game 1.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. Like, go ahead. Oh yeah. Just go ahead and activate your Masters
for 5
of
minutes
Disciple.
on your turn.
Yeah, activate your Masters of Disciple and take forever to pick out of your only one target.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I ended up getting 3rd playing Angels. Pretty fun deck. I can understand why Sean likes it. I don't think it's perfect. I definitely think that, but once you like establish your stuff, it's very strong.
You get a lot of free wins when you just go, oh, Dom Angel Woman.
Yeah. So, I don't like how much D-Evo is randomly going around right now. Like, even Purple has it for some reason now with the Necromon. Thank God Dante never saw that, because I'm like, yo, you
matter, man.
You Devo, dude, if you don't have another Dom, and you Devo my Dom, I'm in trouble.
Just establish 2 Doms.
Yeah, you're right.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that if you only play 2.
I mean, you can do exactly that, but you just have to see both of them.
No.
How many you need?
No. If you only play 2, it's going to be hard to see both.
You establish your Dom, you establish your Angel Woman, you put out a second Angel Woman just for gigs at that point, and then you just hard play the other Dom. Give them 10 memory. What are they going to do?
That is true, yeah. If they don't have DP reduction, you're just like, alright, here's 10 memory, dude.
I forgot to tell you all this. One of the games against Finley, I Cherubimon Ace on top of my Angelomon, did everything, and he looks at my board. He goes, "Is that a double ace? Does that mean if I kill that on my turn, I get all that memory?" I literally looked at him. I go, "You're not getting another turn." He goes, what? And I do double alliance because I have Dom with the Angelomon with alliance, and then I do Cherubimon with alliance, and then I DNA'd into Valder, and he goes, oh, I just lost. I go, yeah.
You're not getting.
You're such a villain.
Yeah, you're not getting another turn.
You're such an anime villain.
That's so good. I thought you were gonna say something like, "Yeah, if you can kill it."
Yeah, he wants to say, I'm the BMer, I'm the yapper. And listen to him. He's literally touching himself recalling this story.
It was funny, man.
I mean, I am appreciating it.
You're not getting another turn.
Yeah. Don't bother thinking about it. It's not happening.
Bro got a taste of power and said, oh, I'm him.
Yo.
Jesus.
Alright, so I guess it's my turn. So I played Magna X DNA. I changed the deck list slightly after Tuesday because I realized there were some some issues that needed to be addressed. Huh?
Oversights?
Wasn't really an oversight. It was just something that I realized like is necessary in this meta.
He just put in more medievals.
Just say it at that point.
Maybe that's what it is.
100% the change, wasn't it? You just put in all 4 medievals.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what I did.
Oh my god. This dude.
So anyways, I made a necessary change. I swapped out 2 cards. I played against Finley's son, who, I don't know, he's like 8 or 9, playing Greymon Tribal. I won that 2-0. Anyway.
No.
I played against Chris playing Angels round 2. And I was like, cool, I have lots of answers to this matchup. Also, I know how it works. Game 1, I won. Game 2, I misplayed. And swung at his security when he had a Godamon on the field. And I was at 0 memory. And I immediately passed turn. And I was like, I am so dumb.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And that ended up costing me because I could have swung over one of his... I could have swung over his Luxmon. And because I didn't, it gave him lethal like 2 turns later because I had stunned his board that turn with a Pyodramon. So I lost game 2, and then game 3, Chris already talked about it. He didn't see level 4 until it was much too late. I don't think you ever... No, did you put a Dom on the field versus me?
I did eventually, yeah, because I hard played Angemon Ace, and then I think like Digivolved into it or something like that. I can't remember. Maybe it was the Magna Angemon. I can't remember. I eventually did establish one though, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, I dropped a Medieval, forced him to burn some security, and then passed turn with the Medieval and a Magna X on the field, and I was like, okay, go for it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I did. He had the Medieval. And I didn't want to give him 5 memory by hard dropping the Cherubimon Ace, activating its effect, and then blowing up the Medieval.
Mm-hmm.
Because his Magnamon was also unprotected. Like it was like,
yeah, pick a poison. Which one's more important to you?
And then I go. So my ultimate answer is, all right, you're going to 3 anyways. Let me just play this. I'll just hard drop Pillow. And to pass turn, and Sean goes, Medieval effect. I go, oh no, I forgot.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. Literally forgot. I was like, whatever. Here you go.
You were like, I lost.
Yeah, I literally on the spot, and he was like, oh no, I lost now. I forgot.
Yeah. When you did that, you lost on the spot.
Yeah, I think I was gonna lose next. No, I would have been in a better spot. I still think I end up losing the match though.
You giving me a free Medieval effect on your turn definitely didn't help, but it was a precarious situation. Regardless. Yeah. So I ended up winning the match. Round 3 played against Josh playing Deep Savers. That matchup is scary. I don't know what most of his cards do. Like he combos, I just assume everything is hunky-dory and legal. I win game...
It's literally play stuff from sources, and then like the X antibody bounces stuff. That's it.
Well, yeah, but then he also like swings infinitely and stuff like that. Like I won game 1.
Tuck, unsuspend.
I won game 1, and then game 2 opened up slow, and I just kept sticking Davis's and Davis and Ken's. I think I saw a Davis and Ken on my final turn, but I kept playing Davis's and stuff to search, so I could promote and then go into a Pyodramon and like establish a Magna X or something. And I didn't realize he could do this, but he was also setting up in the breeding area with like a couple of trainings and a memory boost. And then he promoted and killed me through 5 security, and I did not know that deck could do that. And I was like, oh, unfortunate.
I mean, that deck couldn't have done that if he didn't spend turns setting up consistency cards. They should have been banned.
Yeah, dude, he won because he put a training card on the field. That's correct.
That's what the Seedramon is for as well. That's what gave them all Rush, the promo one. I think he has
He
4
didn't need to
copies
give
of that.
anything Rush.
Oh, he didn't? Okay, I was gonna
He
say
just swung with the first stack with jamming, evoed, unsuspended after playing a dude, swung again, and then DNA'd into Adris and swung like 4 more times or something.
Okay, alright.
So I was like, oh, I did not realize you could do that, and I was like, that sucks. I thought I had more time. I thought like maybe he would chunk me for like 3 security, and then I could try to stabilize, but
you said no. You died now.
Yeah, and then game 3, I don't see a medieval the entire game, despite playing 4 copies, and that would have been very beneficial.
I'm playing 4 Davises.
Playing 3 Davis.
Oh, okay.
3 Davis, and then 1 promo Wormon that can search medieval.
Right.
I don't even bot deck any off of searches where I can't add it. I just didn't see any of them, like at all.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why I'm playing 4, so I can see it. I want at least 1 in my hand at all times. Unfortunately, I just didn't see one. That helps that matchup a lot, but because I didn't see it, he was able to establish a board, chunk me for security, and then I couldn't do anything to protect myself. And I also couldn't, I think I DNA'd into Pyodramon on my last turn or something, but I can't swing at him because he's playing Metal Seadra Ace, which blows out my Pyodramon. So I was just like, and I didn't have a Magnex in my hand either, I don't think. And it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because most of his stuff says can't be redirected. So I ended up losing game 3, lost that match. And then round 4, played against Robbie, also playing Angels. I never thought I would see someone other than me or Ben playing Angels at our locals, and 2 people brought it the same week. Medieval, I saw Medieval both games, and that is a very, very massive issue for Angel players that are not well versed in playing around Medieval. Because something you can do versus them is you can force them to ace you into the level 6s, and then if they don't have a 5 on the field anymore, you can just end of turn Vortex with Alliance over their bodies, and then gain a bunch of extra memory from overflow and stuff like that.
Better hope they have barrier. Oh, wait.
Yeah, so I ended up winning that match pretty easily, 2-0. He also didn't open up super ideal. I think he whiffed on his Patamon almost every time he promoted one, and I was like, ooh, I just win here.
He was also only playing 2 Dom.
He was also only playing 2 Doms. He saw one, I think, game 2, or he went into one game 2, I think, but it didn't matter. Just let me burn extra security. And also, I established Magna X Medieval, and he basically had to pick between which one he wanted to get rid of. I was like, choose wisely. Because also the Magna X has partition, so I'm like, I really don't care which one you kill.
That was the tough, in our matchup when you had both of them on the board. I was like, I know I have to answer one of them, but if I kill the Magna, I'm guaranteed losing because you're just going to partition out and go do everything again.
Yeah.
So I in hindsight, I should have just played the Shruvimon Ace and killed the Medieval, but that had given you 5 to 6 memory. I'm like, he's got to have another one in his hand. It's just coming down again. In
most games, I end up with more than one Medieval in my hand. It's just, it sucks, dude. Some games I just don't see one, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 2-0ing Robbie, I was like, he borrowed.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna talk about it. I'll talk about
Don't put this man on blast.
He borrowed 2 Alphamon Oryukin from me for the night, as well as a couple other cards for the Angels deck. And I was like, those are actually extra because I ordered alt arts. Do you want to buy them or trade for them or whatever? And we looked up the price, and they're $5 each, which I wouldn't have charged in retail. We don't charge each other retail.
Unless you're me, I'll do it.
Yeah, unless you're Brandon, then you charge extra. And
that's the friend fee.
Yeah, and he was like, I have a proposition for you. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I play you 1 game with Bulkmon, and if I win, I get them for free. And I was like, okay. I was like, deal. And I was like, oh wait, what do I get if I win? And he's like, I'll pay you $20 for them. And he was like, you can play whatever deck you want. And I brought like 3 decks last night. Like I could have pulled out like Gallant One, XOTK, or Angels or whatever. But I was like, I'll just play him with Magnex DNA, whatever. I won the die roll. Awesome. Opened up a Davis and Ken. Awesome. And he ended up with... I had 3 memory. I did have an awkward hand. I had an awkward opening, but he ended... Besides that, like my pieces in my hand, besides the Tamers and stuff. He ended up with 2 rookies on the field, a rookie in Raising that he was going to promote next turn, and a level 5 on the field. And I was like, Alphamon, or you can ace, here's 6 memory, kill that guy. Alright, you have 6 memory, and you have 3 rookies on the field, do your worst. He didn't see another level 4 or 5 the rest of the game, and just lost because of it. I was like, how ironic that you lost to the card that this game was for. So yeah, I ended up winning that and getting an extra $20 from Robbie. Because he decided to see if he can get it for free.
Damn it, Robbie.
This hubris. I should have pulled out Angels on him. That's a much better matchup.
Just to show him how it's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
Your Angels is max rarity, right?
It's not max rarity because I don't have SPs in it, but it's blinged out. Like everything's alt art.
Which one has SPs?
Most of the Angels besides Dom.
Really? Yeah, okay, the Angemon Ace. The Angemon has an SP?
No, Cherub.
Cherub.
Angemon Ace. Shadow Seraphi.
Shadow.
If you're playing Seraphi, if you're playing Ophanimon.
Right, okay.
Pretty sure Sean started playing normal Seraphi as well as top of the Shadow Seraphi now, right?
Not in my new list, but it was in there at one point. But I have the alts for it.
That's SPs right there you'd have to get.
I wonder how many how many cards are different in our list, Sean. It couldn't have been much.
Not that many. I was looking through your list, it looked very similar to mine without seeing like your exact ratios because you didn't have yours organized.
Are you playing BT14 TK at 1?
No.
See, I did play one of him instead of one of the BT1 TKs. It didn't come up much last night, but it did work. It did come up like once or twice. It was still nice being able to put something in there just so I know it's in there.
Not worth it to me.
That's fair.
It doesn't do enough for the deck.
It's also a heartbreak for you. Every time you see it, you'd be like, this was at 4 at once.
Yeah. This used to be at 4. That got hit before I ever played Angels. Like, I tested Angels with Ben before we ever got EX6 a little bit, with 4 TKs in it. And the first iteration of the deck that I was messing around with was really bad. Like, I was trying, like, Descent of 3-Grade Angels and stuff, or Ascent, whatever, whichever one it's called. And it just did not work out well for me. And I was like, this deck kind of blows. I'm just going to give up on it.
I remember after seeing the Dominimon, and I remember reading at the all-turns effects, I was like, hold on, isn't this really good with the Angemon Ace? And I was like, probably. And then you and Ben threw together that list, and it was like, hey, this is it.
Yeah. Ben threw together a list, and we were tested versus me, and I was like, this is obscenely broken. This is my deck now. I'm gonna start playing this. I changed, like, me and Ben have very different opinions on how to build Angels, but the base is Dom Angel 1.
This is mine.
Yeah, this is mine now.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, we didn't go over Royal Base last week, did we?
No, we didn't. This is where it cuts off.
Okay.
Alright, weekly reveals. We have the Royal Base tournament promo. Get rid of that. No. There we go. Oops. I clicked out of it. 2 cost option. Security, your turn once per turn. This is face-up security effect. For any of your Digimon, when any of your Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with the Royal Base trait, reduce the evo cost by 1. Main, add your top security card to the hand, then place this card face up as your bottom security card. The actual security effect is you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Royal Base trait from your hand without paying the cost.
It's cool. I'm sure this deck needed this.
This is
I don't think it's enough.
This is actually not that bad because it gives you an archetypal Evo reduction, which is what
the Tamer should have done.
The Tamer should have done.
Right.
I don't think it's enough, like you said, but at least they're still thinking about the deck. It's not just dead in the water for like 2 years.
Let's
Concept
talk
is still
about
neat.
the idea is still nice. Let's talk about the art, by the way. Like, she is in full like mommy mode. She is having the level 3 shine her shoe while she's pointing at the floor in front of her, like as if saying, "Come here."
Yeah.
Like disappointedly looking at you like, "Come here. What have you done now?" Hilarious.
Wonder how much those cards will cost. Copium.
Yep. And then Sean's new favorite card ever.
Yeah, Sean loves this card.
The Champion Ultimate Fighter, 4-cost, yellow-red option. Main, for the turn, one of your Marcus Damon is also treated as a 12,000 DP Digimon, can't Evo and gains Rush. Then that Digimon may attack your opponent's Digimon. Your opponent's unsuspended Digimon can also be attacked with this effect.
This lets you go into Ruin mode.
Security effect is you may play one Marcus Damon from your hand or trash without paying the cost and add this card to the hand. This card blows. They're both trolling for those of you that can't tell. I hate this card because if you pay 4 memory, most likely you are passing turn. And if your opponent doesn't have a Digimon in play, giving your Marcus Rush is going to be irrelevant because it's not going to be able to attack.
Yeah, but like, this lets you go into Ruin mode.
Yeah, if your opponent already has a Digimon in play.
Yeah. I see no issue here.
No, Sean, you just activate this without passing turn.
Yes.
And then your Marcus can it'll have Rush, and then it can swing, and you can do your stuff from there.
It's a good card.
I do not like this card. The deck space is already tight. This will not make it into my list.
What? Not even as like a 1 of, or 2 of, or 3 of? I think you should play 4, maybe.
I think you should play 4.
I think you should play 4.
I ain't got room for it.
Unfortunately for me, unfortunately for me, I don't play Shine, so I mean, it just it's. But you play Shine. You play Ruin mode. This screams Ruin mode Turbo Tier 0.
This screams terrible because it requires your opponent to be doing something specific.
Well, yeah, I mean, your opponent's going to have Digimon on the board after you Ruin mode them twice, so it's like, this card's perfect.
Yeah, this card's great.
Yeah, moving on. Geo Greymon. All turns once per turn when any of your Marcus Daemons are played, this Digimon may Digivolve into a yellow Digimon card with Rise Greymon in its name in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable your turn, this Digimon gets 2,000 DP.
It's okay. You wouldn't play this over the ones you already have.
I feel like this is reverse Rise Greymon. Because, like, Rise Greymon's always play the Marcus. Now the Marcus is playing the Rise Greymon.
Yeah, basically, you could potentially, after thinking about this, you could combo into this by promoting him and then hard playing a Marcus to do shenanigans, or
didn't you say the Rise Greymon was a really good comeback card? The one we got for this set?
The Rise Greymon's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess it combos well with him, right?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
So after thinking about it, like, this is actually a good card. I don't know exactly how I would fit it in the list. I still haven't tested Shine for BT21.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not playing this over the I think it's 13, the one that plays out the Tamer.
No, absolutely not. You're not playing any. Yeah. You're basically never cutting BT13 Marcus, I don't think, or BT13 Geo.
No. I was really hoping this one would have been the same thing as that, except for it's like an updated version where it's like, you can play another one.
Yeah, if you have 2 or less Tamers, or less than 2 Tamers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would think. Sadly, they don't want to give us too much Tamer play.
Nice.
But yeah, this guy will definitely be in my list in some number. I'm just not sure what the number is yet.
He seems like a 2 of. Like you would try and fit 2 of him in, because I know you don't play. I think it's EX4 Geo, the one that's limited. Is that EX4?
That's BT13.
Oh, is it also? Yeah, we had 2 different Geo lines in that. You're right. Okay. Yeah, I know you don't play that one.
I do.
I thought you cut it. I thought you hated that card.
I don't think it's very good, but you don't have many better options. So it's always been
So
my 11th
you think
champion.
You think you could play this over it?
Potentially. Like I said, I haven't tested anything yet, and
Yeah.
it's really going to depend on how good the new Rise combo is going to be as to how many of this guy I'll play.
That's fair. The Inheritable's also okay. I mean,
I would prefer DP reduction, but yeah, it's all right.
yeah, it's like it's not really gonna matter because of the kind of list we're playing. Like this would have been better in like burst mode, I guess, just to make sure your burst mode survives the checks. But
Yeah.
like, this is also probably This is probably also supposed to be support for the 19 stuff or like the 2.5 or whatever set that was. The like pure yellow shine Greymon. Which set was that? Was that 2.0?
Yeah, I think 2.0 was the last time did we get Shine Support in 2.0?
Was it 2.0? I can't remember.
I'm thinking of
maybe it was 18.
BT 17 was
17.
With the movie stuff.
Yeah, which most of that stuff is trash. Not fan.
No.
What if we give this Marcus Damon blocker?
What if we give Beelzemon blocker?
Yeah, dude. What if we make things better by giving them blocker?
What if we give Red Hybrid blocker?
Yeah,
like, why are we giving OTK decks blocker? Stop it.
To make them worse.
Get some help.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, I'm sad he's a common though. It's gonna be pleb common. Alright, new Ghostmon. Your turn was Digimon would Digivolve into a card with the Ghost rate, reduce the Evo cost by 1. On deletion, gain 1 memory inheritable. This is good for the deck.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, this replaces
Tsukaimon.
Yeah, a lot of people were playing some number of the other 2 rookies that are not Ghost trait that gain a memory on deletion inheritable, and this just replaces those if you were playing those.
Nice.
I wasn't playing them,
again.
but I think I would just go Ghost for this.
Yeah, again, glad that the deck's getting support so soon.
About it.
It is nice. It needs a lot more than this, but this is definitely helpful.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah.
It needs another level 5, one that's because they both Evo for like the Metal Phantom one's like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it costs 1 to Digivolve on top of the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it needs another level 5, something, and definitely another level 6.
It needs more cards with execute and more float effects on deletion because it currently only has 2.
Yeah.
Of both.
Okay.
Shotmon, that is literally a revolver. Links with Atmon trait for 1 memory. Oh, let me read the on play. By trashing 1 card with Atmon or 3 Musketeers trait from any of your Digimon sources, de-evo 1 of your opponent's Digimon. When linked, it gives them 2000 DP and delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 3 or less.
I saw a lot of people talking about this going in. Yeah, going in 3 Musketeers. So,
I mean, yeah, it's literally built for both.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit. I've seen a lot of. Well, no, I'm saying like people were like really excited for this card for 3 Musketeers. I saw a little bit of the gameplay for this deck for like the Atmon deck.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty. Looks okay. I think it's like a much more fair version of Cross, where you're like using your other Digimon as like effects for sort. But there's no way like once you lose those Digimon, they're gone. There's no save. So it seems like it would be like a much more fair version of that. It's like what you kind of were hoping Cross would have been. Where it's like I'm using this stuff, I'm not recurring it over and over and over again.
I mean, Cross started out as kind of fair, and they just kept giving it support where their resources were free.
Yeah.
You say it started off fair. They came out with Cross 4 at 4.
You're right, but...
No, that was fair.
Yeah, you're right. That deck was easy to beat, though. Just play Blackboard.
Yep, play Blackboard. Pop their tamers.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I bought those 2 Altar Blackboards off of Josh. Maybe I'm gonna look at them. Maybe we build that. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot I bought them. I was excited. Now I own Altar Black War Greymons. Let's go.
You do. Scope 1. On play or when digivolving by placing one card with the Atmon or 3 Musketeers straight from your hand or trash as one of your Digimon's bottom source. Gain 1 memory. Links with Atmon trait for 2. Gives them 3000 DP. And when linking, draw 2 and trash 2 cards in your hand.
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Then we have Saddleamon. On player when digivolving by placing one Atmon or 3 Musketeers trait card from your hand to trash as any of your Digimon's bottom source until your opponent's turn ends. Their effects can't return the Digimon to hands or decks or affect it with de-evo effects. When digivolving / when attacking, once per turn by trashing one card with the Atmon or 3 Musketeers trait from your Digimon's sources. De-evo one of your opponent's Digimon. Link with Atmon trait for 3 memory. Gives them 4000 DP and when linking, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon.
Pretty good. I mean, protection, and it's got de-evo effect. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Then we have Gigimon. Your turn once per turn. When your opponent's security stack is removed from one of your Digimon, may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Reptile or Dragonkin trait in the hand with the Evo cost reduced by 1. So this is
supposed to be Owen?
Support. Yeah.
This is a very weird line, because it's like a War Greymon line, but it's not... This is like the most... Digimon line we've seen where it's not the exact line.
Not
It's
streamed more video game
actual
than anime.
Yeah, it's like an actual like, hey, like these Digimon can digivolve into other forms.
Yeah,
you know,
they
like, that's
remind
what
us
his
that it's
line
not
is.
just like Pokemon.
Right, until we get to his Medusa line where it's that exact thing.
Yeah.
But his War Greymon line is like, hey, we've got a little bit of everything.
There's a Cyberdramon, like, yeah.
Man, imagine
Which,
this wasn't once per turn.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That'd be
imagine
lovely.
it was like Balmon and you could just do it.
Yeah. I mean, this effect's pretty good. I mean, it's nice because doesn't the level 5 have an effect where it trashes the security, so you just go from level 5 straight into level 6?
I don't remember. We will get to that card.
Okay, alright.
I can't remember exactly what it does, but
Pretty good. Too bad it's once per turn.
yeah. And then the new Owen Dreadnought, 3 cost. Starting your main phase of your opponent's Digimon, gain 1 memory. End of your turn by suspending this tamer, one of your Digimon with the Reptile or Dragonkin trait gains piercing for the turn, then that Digimon attacks.
It's not bad. I mean, piercing's okay. The best part is then the Digimon attacks. It's not great, but I don't think it's awful. I think it's mid.
I like that they specified this has to be Reptile or Dragonkin, because they're like, we don't want to Shoto this.
Yeah.
Good call, Bandai. Yeah, I'll have to see this deck combo in order to really tell if that tamer's any good. Then we have high defs of the signatures.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It
does. I'll have to see these in person to see exactly how they're textured.
I find it crazy that the artist decided, you know what? Just give Wargrey X like a cloak for no reason.
Does he have a cloak? Oh, he does. I didn't even notice that.
You notice what the text on the card says?
No.
It says "Get the victory"
Does it?
in English. Like it's right at the top of.
Oh, it does say that. It's hard to read it because of the sample, but yeah, it does say that. I mean,
They literally said, "Hey, we're cooking with this guy."
back in the day when that guy came out, it was getting the victory.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you have Omni in your hand? Okay, it's game.
God, I wish this was a better card.
Yeah, facts,
We're just
dude.
skipping over the Agunimon.
I already clicked on it. You were talking about Wargrey.
Well, yeah, because I'm still on the Wargrey.
Oh, okay. What's your fault? Lanamon.
Why did this get one? So many cards in the game. When
It's better than some of the choices, because this one...
Yeah, that's
It's
facts.
BT6.
That's fair.
Like, is this card cool? Yeah. Has it been meta relevant in the past 3 years? No.
Has it ever been?
Not really. There was a brief
Yeah.
period where you could maybe mess around with this, but that was in BT6, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, back when, like, Digivolving for 4, you better have an amazing effect.
Yeah. Then we have EX7 Zefgamon.
Yeah, I
This
guess
guy's-
this one too. Go ahead.
This guy's signature is literally just a drawing.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah, it's the Terramon.
Yeah.
I would rather have this one been the starter deck one.
I've heard
like the starter
I've heard
deck
that
more
from
than this
people
one.
that have actually played the deck. They'd rather it have been the starter deck one.
Like, this one's cool, but the starter deck one has protection, so it's just a better effect in my opinion.
Facts. And then for some reason, the EX2 Billsmon Blast Mode, which was never played when Billsmon was meta relevant.
This might just be my opinion, but this is probably like my least favorite. It's just the way he did the art. I'll have to see it in person. I just don't like this one as much as
in person.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, to actually be like, oh, I like this or I don't like this, but like, out of all of them, I just don't like the way that one was done. Like, even the Renamon, I like a little bit more just because of the way it's like the art style.
Yeah, I like it, but I could see why somebody wouldn't like it because it is a particular style.
You can skip it.
Okay.
There's a high res later.
All right. Then we have Lamiamon, which is the Owen Dreadnought Medusa line level 5. It does have progress. Your turn, once per turn, when any of your reptile or dragonkin trait Digimon's attack targets change, trash your opponent's top security cards. You are correct. And then the inheritable alterns once per turn when an opponent's Digimon. Let me just move this down just a little bit. There we go. Dang it. When your opponent's securities are moved from, you may play one reptile or dragonkin trait Digimon card with 5,000 DP or less from your hand without paying the cost.
I mean, we're seeing it. I don't think it's going to be very...
play a dude out and then Evo into it off of the Tama for one fewer.
Yeah. I don't think this deck's going to be very strong to begin with. I think we're going to need one more wave of support, especially seeing what the War Greymon line looks like. I don't think that line's very good. The Cyberdremon's cool. I like the Cyberdremon, but the War Greymon itself isn't. So you're going to have to fill this deck with other cards that don't go with the deck just to make it, semi-playable.
Yeah.
We're probably going to need one more wave of support before this deck is, like, playable.
Agreed. Hopefully we get it sooner rather than later, but ideally the SPs end up being cheap enough to scoop some, because...
Okay.
Well...
You can skip the War Greymon as well.
Okay, thank you. So this is regular art Medusa, which...
It's not bad. I mean, it's obviously not as good as the alt arts and SPs, obviously.
I like this better than the English alt art. Spoilers.
Okay. That's fair.
Dude, why is her foot also biting?
I don't know, dude. Why are you always focused on feet?
Yeah.
I just like to look at art. You can skip the Cyberdramon as well. Oh, you already did it.
I did. I assumed it was probably we had a high def coming. Raging Serpentine, 8 cost option. When this card would be used if your opponent has 3 or fewer security cards, reduce the cost by 4. Main, delete one of your opponent's highest DP Digimon, then place this card in the battle area. All turns when your opponent's security stack is removed from delay, one of your reptile or dragonkin trait Digimon may digivolve into a reptile or dragonkin trait Digimon card in the hand without paying the cost. Security effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP.
That's actually really good.
So if you just do the combo with this deck just one time, this card is a 4 cost. So not bad. I mean, it's a free Digivolution. It's not free. You paid 4. Yeah, and it's removal, so it's not bad. I couldn't imagine playing more than 2 or 3 copies of this in the deck. Maybe I don't imagine playing 4. That just seems like it starts to break in your hand.
Yeah, especially since the security effect doesn't put it in the battle area, like a lot of the options. I think if it did, you could probably justify playing like 4 copies just to maximize the opportunity of it being in the battle area, but...
Right.
Yeah, it's an interesting card. I'm curious how the deck's going to work once we get him. Cyberdramon, on play or when digivolving, if your opponent has 5 or fewer security cards, they place 1 card from the hand as the bottom security card, then trash their top security card. Inheritable your turn, this Digimon gets 4,000 DP.
Is that the first time 4,000 as a DP gain?
Rapidmon Ace, the level 5, also gives 4K. There may be 1 or 2 others, but it's rare.
4K is massive. I
It is
love that.
pretty swole. Like, she gonna be big.
Yeah, so this works with the Digimon.
It makes you like bare minimum 15 or 16, depending on if you're 11 or 12.
Yeah. Which you need to be now, because there's so many 16,000 DP level 7s that you need to be 17 if you're swinging at someone's security.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially for a red deck. This is an interesting effect. So, one, this effect, your opponent doesn't show you the card.
Yeah.
So you don't get to know what it is. Also, if you're playing against a yellow player, they're going to be like, thanks, LOL.
Yeah. It's like, I'm helping you out, but I need to do this to do my combo.
Yeah. Yeah, this triggers the Gigi, like you said, and it's interesting.
Yeah, trashing the security is cool, but giving your opponent the option to put something really devastating in their security. Like, imagine playing against a blue player, and they tuck in their one copy of Hammer Spark.
I mean, that's fine, because most of the time this combo is going to be passing turn. The ideal setup, I'm assuming, is you have this plus the new Owen. Because then you Digivolve this into the Cyberdramon. You're going to activate its effect. Then you're going to Digivolve into the Medusa.
And then attack.
And Medusa's effect. You're going to act, So you're getting, what, like 3 or 4 security with just that one combo, and it's passing turn.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad, like, little combo. I think it's okay. I mean, and the Medusa, because what's progress do again? So even if they put... Go ahead.
It's immune to their...
effects while you're swinging.
Yeah, so like, even they can't put even if they put a security card bomb in there, you're going to be safe from it. And the plus the 4,000 DP, hopefully you're big enough to where you're not carrying what's in there. So I think it's a neat little combo. We'll see. Well, like we said, we're going to have to wait until we see it. I think the level 5s are set for this deck, because unless the other level 5 they give us is better, I think the Cyberdramon and the other level 5 are good. We just need another level 6 and probably some 4s and 3s.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of another level 6...
Oh, the War Greymon? I don't want to read it, unfortunately.
War Greymon. When this card would be played, reduce the play cost by 2 for each of your opponent's Digimon. Rush, Raid, Blocker. All turns, once per turn, when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, this Digimon may unsuspend. So this is basically a watered-down version of what I hope the Black War, medieval Black War that we're getting eventually looks like.
Thanks for that comment, by the way, guys. He is set on this being like that.
He's been talking about it for, I swear to God, since that comment.
Yeah, I want a medieval Black War. I want it now. This card is interesting because you do play tokens on your opponent's field, but like, I think most decks now are like one stack, maybe 2 bodies on the field.
I mean, you can play this for free against Angels. Well, not for free, but no, yeah. I mean, they usually have more than 3 bodies.
I mean, you could do that, but like, what does that get you? It's just a body. It doesn't. Are you going to do attack into them?
So the problem.
What are you talking about?
One of the problems is, I think this card works better with the new Owen Dreadnought than the new Owen Dreadnought works with like the Medusa line. So like, it's not awful. Like, I see what they were going for, but if you're just hard playing this for like, let's say what, 5 to what is it, 2, 4, 6? Yeah, so for 5, so your opponent's already got 3 Digimon on the board. Sure, you're getting rid of 1, but he's only gonna be 11.
Are you getting rid of 1? This guy doesn't have removal.
It's not removal. Yeah, you have to keep turning.
Oh yeah, I mean,
well, Owen Dreadnought would let you swing with it end of turn.
Yeah,
but
you're raiding into it, but if you're
Ace Digimon,
right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, one, you're only going to be 11k if you just hard play this.
Yeah.
So the raid is going to make you swing into what, the biggest Digimon.
Well,
so if they have anything, well, it's optional. But I'm saying, like, so you can't really raid if they have a bigger Digimon on the board. So it's like,
It's very weird. Maybe
I
this
just
was
don't-
them testing out the potential medieval black war we're eventually going to get.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my
See, this is how I imagine this deck is already going to be built. Sean is going to put in the Medusa line. He's going to put the Cyberdramon line in. He'll fill in spots for the 3s and 4s.
I know what you're going to say.
And then he's gonna put in 4 medieval.
then he's going to put medieval in the deck.
That is correct. Because you know what Medusa does? She plays a token. You know what that does? It triggers medieval gallant line.
Yep. So medieval's already a better level 6 level 6 for this deck than the
He
War
is a level
Greymon is.
6.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Listen, we all know why this card is bad. This card is bad because it's a Greymon.
Okay, sure.
okay.
You're not winning that argument.
I mean, when was the last time you had a good Greymon card?
In a minute. The Warp one, right? Yeah, those sets ago.
Yeah, probably BT14 Warp, which is niche in its uses.
Yeah.
Anyway,
In a minute.
well, we're about to get a medieval black war, which I can't wait for. So,
Oh my god. I hope it sucks. I'm gonna be real. I hope it sucks.
Hey.
hey, Agumon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait to the hand, and place 1 card with the version 1 trait face down as the bottom source card of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and heritable your turn plus 2k.
That's so weird.
I can't wait till they reveal the megas so we see what the hell is the payoff for all these face down cards.
That's what I was gonna say. The fact, because you have to show your opponent that you're putting the appropriate target underneath, right?
Yeah.
So like those cards have to have like some kind of effect while they're down there. I'm assuming the level 6 literally has to say
Flip them up.
flip.
Yeah.
All of them face up. That's what it has to say.
that
It's
is-
the only thing that makes sense.
That has been our assumption. It's got to be something
Yes.
like that, because otherwise, like, why are you doing this? Or
What
it could
if-
potentially play them out, maybe. But that would
What
be
if-
broken.
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
What if it actually used them as like Xyz material, where you could detach them like a Digiburst style, but instead of trashing them, you put them in your deck or something.
You put them what? You cut out for a second. Instead of trashing
Instead
them,
of
you what?
trashing them, you bottom deck them.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could do that. It's just... It's so
It's
weird,
very strange.
dude.
I
Yeah, I don't
imagine
know
this
what they're doing
also
with it.
said. Imagine this also said when Digivolving in the breeding area do this.
I mean, the Greymon says it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like then you really just start like getting a bunch of sources underneath.
Yeah. Oh.
So this is for which area?
This
'Cause
is the
one
SP.
isn't ours.
This is the SP, guys.
Oh yeah, that's the SP.
Right.
Sorry, I thought
Yeah.
you skipped over because we already saw
No,
it.
this is the one I
Yeah.
want. Yeah, the one
Yes.
I want. So let's see. These are Chinese.
These are the Chinese.
Yeah, these are Chinese exclusive, which I like this art. This looks really cool.
Agreed.
I'm sad that this is Chinese exclusive. I don't care about these cards, but I do think they look nice.
Mm-hmm.
This is Galactic.
I kind of don't like how they're doing that. You know, like
That one-
one's also really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That one's my favorite.
Well,
Yeah.
you're allowed to be wrong.
I don't like how they're doing this because if one's better than the other and you have like a preference, there's like no way you can get it. And I mean, you could, but you're not gonna be able to play it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be legal.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. I think it's cool too. They're like, hey, you know, sweet. Different regions have different alt arts, but like this one's ours, right? This one is not as cool as the other one.
This is English, yes.
Yeah, so I think it's okay.
Upon further reflection, I probably will still pick these up over the regular arts, but I
Yeah.
am disappointed because I think it's the worst one out of the alts.
Yeah, I think
Agreed.
the Japanese one is the best out of the 3 in my opinion.
Why did the other ones are like, hey, let's make her look, you know,
Cool.
like menacing and cool, and this one's like, hey, she's sexy too, guys. She's a woman.
She looks like a child. Like, she looks like she's a teenager.
Yeah, she's just hanging out, you know, thighs out, you know, her little snakes. Even her snakes are chilling. They're just like, hey guys, we're friendly little guys.
Yeah. And this is the Japanese. This looks dope.
Hitting
Yeah.
the Dio pose with that arched back.
Yeah, like,
Yep.
why can't we get the cool ones, dude? We got, like,
Uh,
lounging Medusamon. Yeah, for me, it's probably gonna be SPs or nothing. Hopefully, they're a realistic price, but we'll see, dude. Because she's gonna have waifu tax for sure.
Yep, and and Dread Dots tax.
Yeah, the deck's probably gonna suck until we get another wave of support. So I'm hoping they eventually go down to where I can get some. But we'll see.
Man, you sound like
it's gonna be a very
heavy metal players.
Very fair deck. It's gonna be a very fair deck.
So, Brandon, you are correct, except for I don't cope and say it's a good deck like Ben does with Syndrel and Heavy Metal.
Yeah, we can admit.
Yeah, I admit. I'm like, on paper, this doesn't... Like, it seems like it does some cool things, but it's not going to be Tier 1, like, for sure. So I'm just hoping to pick it up before it becomes Tier 1.
This one's really cool. I like this one.
There's a lot
just like
here.
Yeah, it's just like it's very different than the other Altars.
I almost asked what language Altar this was, and then realized.
Wait a minute.
Wait, which language is this? Which region?
Well, I expect that out of Chris.
I don't know if this is Chinese or this is Japanese. Okay.
I believe that's Japanese.
Yeah, that's Jap. That's really cool. I like this one
that
too.
looks better than the English one.
Yeah,
Japanese has the best ones by far.
We are getting pooped on by these region exclusives. Then we have Gatchmon, alt art. Looks
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks okay. Oh, I like the details.
Yeah, it's got all the Digimon.
Yeah, that actually looks really cool.
0 out of 10, no Gabumons.
Dorumon, yeah, that's why it makes it perfect. Agumon, Patamon's right here. Let's go.
And then Vmon's up there.
Vmon.
Are you sure this is Gyomon?
I think that's Gyomon, Sean, because these are all the red. Okay. These are all the tamer, like the pro tags.
He's got
Digimon.
the little forehead insignia.
Nah,
it's
dude,
right
that's
underneath his
Patamon.
name.
No, yeah, it's Brandon. Yeah, it's Patamon.
It's Patamon, dude.
My you know what? I think that's actually Black War Medieval.
It's Medieval Black War. Get it right.
Whatever.
Then we have Globemon Alt Art English exclusive, I'm sure. Or no, there's not going to be region exclusives for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Then we have Haru Shinkai Alt Art.
I love the stank you put on that. I appreciated that.
I like the emphasis on that one.
Yeah, that's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to say it like that, or you're not saying it right.
Correct.
That's how Caleb's gonna activate it.
Oh, I forgot to mention, playing against Finley's son was entertaining, because he basically narrated his turns like an anime pro tag, and I thought that was amazing.
I love that.
Oh yeah,
that's adorable.
It was like playing against Caleb, but like much younger. Comment questions. Justin So 8231. I hope Digimon TCG never gets rotation. It's actually more fun and more skill with deck building with access to all the cards. I don't mind long ban list. I agree.
Agreed. Do we know why One Piece got set rotation?
Probably to stave off the power creep. I'm sure that's usually what card games get that. Yeah.
Okay.
It slows down power creep immensely if you just rotate.
Right. Okay.
Imagine if we could rotate Anubis, HPD, and all those cards out.
Yeah, you do that by just putting them to 0, which Bandai refuses to do. But
that was my joke. Thank you, man.
Sorry.
Thank you for explaining the joke, Sean.
You're very welcome. Anytime.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah. As coming from Yu-Gi-Oh! As my previous card game of choice, I am happy that this card game doesn't have rotation. Ideally, it never gets it. It never needs to get it.
It just means there's like small examples of pure skill iteration where like somebody remembers a card from sets ago.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, we can break this now.
Yep. That is exactly what it means, and that was one of my favorite parts about Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm happy that we can do that now, because the game is old enough to where there's many forgotten cards that can be randomly broken by just new support, and people figure it out.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to give the exact example because I'm going to try cooking with it and I don't want anybody else to know about it. But Sean and Josh both pointed out to me a combo that is possible with an older card with new support coming from 21. And I was like, that may not break the game, but I'm going to cook with it.
It'll definitely be annoying.
And then he'll get, and then it'll get hit by the ban list, and Brandon will be upset again.
Especially because the older card is always more likely to be the one that gets hit.
Yes.
Because they don't want to hit the new cards, because we saw what happened with BT15.
That is correct. They will do their best not to hit the new cards, especially if they're secret rares. Shout out Magnex.
Shout out, yeah.
Fargo Wilta. AW root beer claps both mugs and barks. I actually don't know what AW root beer tastes like.
It's more creamy.
Yeah, it's a creamier root beer.
Okay, thanks.
I like the bite of Bargs.
It's Barks, my guy. That is a Q. You were saying Barg. I'm hearing a G.
Whatever.
Viewers, tell me if you also hear the G, because I hear the G when he says it.
Oh, yeah, like you say Gilmon.
Yeah, Gilmon.
Gilmon?
Yeah, Gilmon. He has gills.
Eat a bag.
You're lucky I finally started calling Gigimon because it was Gigimon for the longest.
The longest.
And then they printed Gigimon, and I was like, I don't know what to do here.
I can't say that now.
And I was like, these are the same Digimon. Also, Paledramon and Pyodramon. I called Pyodramon. And then they printed Paledramon, and I was like, oh, what's this one called then?
Bandai's like watching you. He's like, no. Print
We need a new fish Digimon.
It's called Gilmon.
Where it's Gill.
It'll probably happen. I'll be like, damn it, dude. How am I supposed to say this now?
Please, Bandai, please.
I'll never stop saying Alt Force. Just because I know it's absolutely triggering for Brandon.
It's not triggering because you're saying it wrong. It's triggering because you don't think you're saying it. You think you're saying it on purpose, but for the longest, you were not saying it on purpose.
Doing it by accident.
You genuinely said Alt Force, and then when you knew that pissed me off, now you're like, now I say it on purpose. Now it doesn't.
Now I do it.
It's like how you kept calling the Alter S deck Alter B. You were doing it by accident for a while, and then you eventually.
That is Alter B.
I'll roll with it. I'll roll with it.
It's Alter B now.
Adaptive Reasoning. Are you guys going to play in the Regulation Battle Tournament? What common uncommon cards do you think are S tier for that format? I think BT14 Coromon is up there, and Owen Dreadnought. Anything that draws and gains memory, basically. I'm going to try to make Miki and Megumi work in a Nume Puppet Rush list.
I'm not even trying.
I would like it if we were able to do that. However, I don't know if either one of our locals is actually going to do it.
If we did, I'd put together Cross. Dude, all of it, there's so much random,
most of
common and uncommon cross
the
stuff.
Good cards are rares, though.
Yeah. But think about it. We had so many of the Tamers now that are just commons from the most previous set.
Do we?
Yes, we have like 3.
I do agree. Coromon and Dreadnought
Taiki,
are definitely going to be good calls.
The new Taiki is like a common uncommon. There's the Christopher that's a common or uncommon, and there's like one more, I think. And a lot of the cards themselves are just commons, uncommons.
Josh and Ben cooked a couple of lists a few weeks ago.
Of course they did.
They shared them with me, and I looked at them. But like, I'm under the impression we're probably not even going to get to be able to do that event. But so I didn't really like make notes. I don't think either one of the decks. No, I actually think one of the decks were red. I started looking at a couple cards. There's a few. I believe it's Dino Rexmon, which is a red uncommon Floodgate dude. He's probably going to be okay if he's playing a red deck. I almost bought pre-release stamps of that card, but I was like, there's no reason for me to do this. I'm just being stupid.
Can't do it.
They're like basically free, but I was like, I'm wasting money. Because I was like, even if we get to do this, I'll get to play it one time, and then it goes in the binder forever. So I'm like, just setting money on fire. Yeah, I like Coromon and Owen Dreadnought, though, if you're playing red. I'll probably, if we do get to do it, I will probably try to do red. Just because you can kill your opponent in red easily, and I think that's going to be the name of the game. Is killing.
It's just gonna be old. It's just gonna be old Digimon before aces, because all the aces are.
Yeah, there's not a
rares.
single ace in the format. They're all rares plus.
Yeah.
Used to be how they did megas. Megas were always rare plus, and they eventually started printing uncommons and commons, but they're still few and far between.
You can play most of the Galaxy engine, just not the level 4s.
So the good ones.
So you can't play the deck.
Yeah. No, you can play Galgamon, duh.
Yeah, but you need the other level 4s. You can play a extremely nerfed version of the Galaxy engine, yes.
Correct.
I mean, maybe. You can't play promo, so you can't even play Wisteria Memory Boost.
Oh, yeah, you can't play the boot. Yeah. No, didn't they say that
Nope.
the promo... I could have sworn there were, like, exceptions.
I think you're
Because you
thinking
can
of
play, like, consistency card.
the ban list that people have tried to make up for themselves. This is just commons and uncommons. You can use the alt-art versions of them if they have them, but they can't be anything besides commons or uncommons. Yeah. If we did end up like officially having it, I would grind real hard because I do want those sick-looking EX5 Edamons. Since it's the only hollow Edamon we're probably ever going to get. And the rose background or whatever, the flowers look super dope.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. There's a possibility we might do it at Trinity, but I know TBS isn't going to do it.
What if the Edamon's a non-foil? Because of what the event is? Like, imagine... No, I'm just saying imagine. Like, the event is like, oh, because this is all common, uncommons, here are alt-arts. But they're just not foiled.
Based on the scans, I would be shocked if it's not foil because it definitely looks foil in the scan.
How triggered would you be, though?
I would be pretty annoyed and no longer care about getting them. Because I'm like, what the hell's the point? I don't even need these anymore. They're not foil.
So, as the game currently stands, just because I was curious, if you wanted to play blue, you only have 16 options for a blue level 6.
That's more than I thought it would have been. Most of them probably aren't that good. We don't have any 7s that are commons or uncommons, do we? Like that's like
I do not believe we do.
No.
Okay, I'm pretty sure those are all super plus.
Okay, so red does have less. Would you like to guess how many?
13.
12.
We both.
Oh, those are your guess. Okay.
What did you
both
want
off.
us to keep doing?
Just keep guessing. Yeah, you both wrong.
A 5.
No, just
Keep
tell us. I'm not going
five
to keep
on
playing your
God.
games.
Yeah, just tell us.
Okay, fine.
157.
Jesus. 14.
I was closest without going over. I won.
Yeah,
Damn
you were definitely closest. I'm gonna see if we have any level 7s because we might. Like, isn't like one of the chaos ones? No, chaos is a rare.
Yeah, it was a rare. I think that might
before
be
they
the,
were foils.
yeah, I think that might have been the closest one. Is the rare Chaosmon.
Hold on, my phone is wigging out because I dared to click a button and it wanted to load every single card in the game
Oh yeah,
instead of just letting me.
dude, my computer freaks out when I accidentally because when I'm searching on Digimon Dev to download card images for matches. Sometimes I'll make the mistake of loading like all cards of one color.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I need to close this website and open it back up now.
No level 7s.
Okay,
Period.
I didn't think so. We probably only have a couple of rares, and I think it's the Chaosmon, and I can't even think of a second one. I'm assuming. How are you searching this?
I'm just on the site. I put in. Hold on. I put in my search bar.
Oh wow! I did not know you could do
yellow.
that on there.
Yeah, so this is all the yellow ones. There's actually one more yellow than blue.
Yo, Marine Angemon is an uncommon. I forgot about that, or a common, or whatever.
Facts.
Good thing
Angemon.
your opponent can't ace you, so it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, pointless.
Yeah.
Green has one more than red, one less than... Oh, I can play Boncho Stingmon, dude, I'm in. Holy crap.
I'm surprised it took you that long to realize that. Yo,
I mean, when do you ever think
old
about
school
Boncho?
Magna Dramon, 11 play cost, recover 2 if you're at 3 or fewer.
Guys, we all know what the best deck would be.
Yeah, I might just build security control.
Sean, we all know what the best deck would be. OG Rookie Rush.
I don't think so. If your opponent's playing
OG,
Owen Dreadnought, you lose.
Rookie Rush.
No.
No one's going to be playing Owen Dreadnought.
Clearly somebody is.
Is Takumi a rare?
Yes, I believe he is. Yeah, it's coming out as a rare.
Purple might unironically be the best because there's the original Anubis, where you can.
Yeah, he's an uncommon. That's right.
Not to mention you have stuff like Nidhogg, Tactimon, the Piedmon from EX. I'm actually seeing some pretty decent.
Which Tactimon? Is it BT5 Tactimon?
BT10.
Oh, that one's not good. BT5 Tactimon would be busted, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say, never mind. I didn't realize that was the bad one.
There's definitely some cool things, and yeah, it would literally be like old school Digimon where you're like Digivolve swing, and I might be able to do something sort of cool.
Yeah.
Is it sad that the black ones, wow, that sounded really bad. That there is at least 3 metal Edamons.
That makes sense. It's to be expected, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could build security control.
I don't see why not.
You miss out on a little bit of recovery. Well, a lot of bit of recovery.
I mean, you have Holy Wave.
Yeah, you have Holy Wave, and you have Magnadramon.
Eden's Javelin.
I mean, yeah, it's not recovery, it's removal though.
I'm just naming yellow options that I see. HPD, still have access to it.
So stupid.
Tactical Retreat.
Oh, I was thinking that was a rare. Okay, you have that. I don't know.
Reinforced Memory Boost.
I can't remember when this is supposed to happen. Ideally, one of our locals is like, hey, we're going to try to do this ahead of time so we can like try to cook for it, but there's no telling.
Yeah.
All right. D. Lacey, 1895. Imagine complaining about a ban list because you're bad at the game. Relying on a ban list to be good at the game is pitiful.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, just adapt.
They get it.
Overcome. Yeah, D. Lacey does get it. D. Lacey 1895. It says a lot about the power creep of the game when Examon's debut X Antibody card is just meh. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. I don't play One Piece, but I see why they're implementing. But I see why they're implementing set rotation. I can't read for some reason. Edit. Wow, almost everything you guys said, I said.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, it's Examon. I'm surprised more Examon stuff got bought out after the reveal of Examon X Antibody.
It's just because like they see it's like the new shiny card. They're like, hey, we gotta make sure just in case.
It just seems
it's FOMO. It's fear of missing out.
Yeah, it definitely is FOMO.
Very FOMO.
Yeah,
guys, she turned into a salmon roll.
Yeah, she is knocked out, dude. She even breathing?
Got all her snuggles. She got all her snuggles earlier in the episode. Now she's just out.
Jim the Kid. My favorite part about these is Kitty Invasion. I wish Ghost had more support. I love execute as a keyword.
Hey, well, you're getting your hopes.
Yeah, hopefully you get more.
We saw one. I think just with the level 3, I think we'll see another entire line. I think.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, I think they need something extra. Like I keep saying, if Execute ignored Summoning Sickness like Vortex did, it would be insane. But they're not going to give that to us, obviously.
You could just execute everything.
Oh, dude, I vortexed into Robbie with my Medieval Gallant, And he's like, "You just played that," and I was like, "Yeah, that's how Vortex works."
Point.
Yep.
How long have we had this card? How long have we had this keyword? Almost a year.
Just imagine you could just drop the Digimon execute for a game.
Dude, paying 12 for Necromon would not even feel that bad because he plays a level 5, and then you can execute, and then he dies and plays another level 5 or lower.
Yeah.
Crimson 35124. Matt was used in several versions of Myotismon, Millith, and Mummy Loop combo decks, basically rogue purple combo decks. There were newer combos with Arukeni, Mummy, Tamer on deletion, or Pheromon playing Myotis Ace for free, which played BT19 Itmon for free, which played Matt for free from trash to grab Mallow, Lilith, Ruin Mode, Death X, calling from the darkness from trash.
Yeah.
And the Itmon can then be used as a sacrifice for Alice Evo cheaply into your level 6s. Not top tier by any means, but combo heavy decks like that with a lot of moving pieces were very satisfying to pilot correctly.
Yeah, I forgot about those random loop decks that Matt was abused in.
Yeah.
So yeah, good ban.
Eh. We all know it was just.
I mean, it's still just crazy that like HPDs at 1 and cards like that are like
Anubis.
Also, yeah, Anubis should also be hit, but like
the fact that Mega Digimon Fusion is next to Matt on the ban list, like someone who doesn't know anything about our game, even people that do know stuff about our game, look at those cards and they're like, these are not the same.
Yeah. Why is this thing?
Yeah. Random Mexican 123. I think it is going to be similar to Duel Links, where they have the old sets first and then catch up to current sets. Also, will it enforce current restrictions? If it does, just go through old sets with no ban cards and slowly catch up to the new stuff. Will we see Brandon be upset about going through another wave of banning Gabu X and Garu X?
that'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Listen, I'm already there. All right. If we get an online client and they're just
What
like,
do you mean
hey,
if, dude? It's when.
I did see new. I did see new. Go ahead, Brandon.
I was gonna say when we get it. I was correcting my sentence.
Oh, yeah. I did see new stuff on it. Yeah, I think you guys are both correct. I think there will be online play.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What new stuff did you see?
I just saw some new photos, and it showed like what it looked like 2 people coming in, and like it had like separate names and like little square images where like photos would be. Yeah, looking like. Yeah.
They would be costing themselves money if they didn't make it PvP.
Oh,
yeah. So.
Because there's no reason to monetize it if you can't show off against other people.
Yeah. So like I'm showing off against the computer. Who cares?
Yeah.
Also, I'd be less incentivized to play on there because I'm like, it's just a computer. Who cares? This is easy.
Right.
I will say, as far as Brandon being upset about the ban list, I think that finally hit me last night with the Lobo promo. Like, I was coping. I was like, I could still do this, right? I could still play this. I hit rock bottom last night. I was like, I can't keep playing this. It's not good anymore.
Finally, dude, you play something different. I should have never shown you that list.
I'm really not. I'm just going to Red Hybrid now.
Have you considered trying other decks?
I am that person. It's probably just my brand of Tism, where I like being in my comfort space.
This is my
I like
comfort
having
deck.
the things I like.
I only
this
want
is
to play
what
this
I do.
deck.
Yeah.
All other decks are wrong. Only my deck is correct.
Play Ult Force.
Oh, yeah, I like... Oh, Ult Force would be good.
Hope you have all the cards for it.
He does. Oh, well, except for the Vidramon. That Vidramon promo that just got bought out.
There are no Vidramons online anymore.
They need to reprint that.
I'm thinking that the reason why they didn't reprint Rena or that Vidramon are because you don't need them to play the new support.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Hopefully they're that smart. If they're not, that sucks for people that wanted to play it and don't have those cards, because now they are $1 billion or just sold out completely.
Yeah. I don't think Ult Force is going to be all that great this format, because, I mean, what's Evade going to do against a Cherub or a Shadow Seraphie or a literally...
What does it matter? You're killing your opponent.
What does it matter when I have to spend 3 turns setting up just to attempt to kill my opponent, and then they've already set up, and then I get face walked right into their ace?
Yeah.
Get good.
Most of these cards these days literally have built-in protection as well. Like, what does Ult Force do against Gallant X?
It's best.
This is literally the Deadshot versus Peacemaker meme. I'm you. What? I'm you, but I do everything better.
Yeah. All Force is extra steps. It's an extra step version of any other OTK deck that's like meta relevant.
Mirage was a better All Force.
Yeah, Mirage was All Force with less steps. I think the new support needs to be very, very strong in order to make that meta relevant.
I was asking Sean the other day if we thought maybe it was going to be like a dual colored situation. I don't know what color they'd add to it though.
I don't either, and I said it most likely wouldn't because of how infrequently they do give two colors. But I mean, it's possible. But yeah, I don't know what the second color would be.
I could see yellow or red.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll get future mode. Probably not going to happen, but who knows.
And he'll be 4 colors.
He would most likely be 3 colors if we got him, but we're not going to get him. P2K. Card steal effects feel so bad to play against. Card steal effects are gross. Everyone point and say, ooh. They are disgusting to play against, but it would be funny to have them in the game. But I do agree, it would be super cancerous.
As everybody in this call grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh, everybody knows how bad it felt when your opponent was like Snatch Steal, Brain Control, Change of Heart. Like, there's a reason those cards almost always end up being banned or limited in some capacity.
Yeah, like if we ever...
Nobody likes having their stuff stolen.
If we ever got an effect like that in the game as an option, it would have to cost at least 10 memory. Minimum.
Oh, God. Force your opponent to kill their own Digimon.
Yeah, it's
so messed up.
That's a really cool Digimon. Mine?
Shame it's mine now.
Mine? Here's 8 memory, dude. Hope you can out your boss monster that I just took.
I could see them printing... Like, this is probably way in the future. Printing one of those, like, generic white deck type things. Like, you know, your Reapers, your Eosmon stuff. Something like that. Where its whole gimmick is it copies your opponent's Digimon with tokens. So you get tokens of their Digimon with their effects. Like, you wouldn't get their inheritables, but you could just be like, hey, you target one of your opponent's Digimon, you effects now.
Yeah.
And it's a token. That'd be so stupid.
Benjamin Wiseman 6567. Sean would really hate Digimon World 2, where you had to wait for your 3 Digimon's attack animations and your opponent's 3 Digimon's attack animations.
Yeah, that was before you could skip them.
There's no speed up or anything?
If you
you'd play it on... Yeah, nowadays you'd play it on an emulator and you could just, but back in the day...
He is correct then. I would enjoy it for the first, like... couple of times and then it would get annoying.
Hold on, are you one of the people that play Pokemon with the animations off?
When I'm grinding, yeah. I'll leave the animations on for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then once I'm like, okay, cool, I've seen most of the cool ones, I turn it off and leave it off.
Gotcha.
I will say, I think there's other reasons besides just that you would hate World 2. World 2 is the grindiest of all Digimon games.
Oh yeah, I would also hate that.
It's like a dungeon crawler where you have like a mech and you have limited steps in the dungeon. So you have to go back to your base, go back to the dungeon, go back to the base, go back to the dungeon. And then on top of that, you're having to watch all the fight animations. It's the grindiest Digimon game.
Yeah, I would not want to get invested in a game like that.
I think World 3 would probably be up more your alley. Or maybe World DS. World DS, I think, is a perfect, like, jumping on point. Because it is basically just a standard Pokemon RPG at that point.
I have a DS. I'm assuming... Does that come on DS, or is that just a name?
It's the DS game.
Okay. I was going to say, I have a DS that I forget that I own, but you mentioning reminded me.
It's right here.
That is right there. I wonder how much that game is.
Too much.
There's no point, Sean. I told you that the cyber games are one of the cyber games. I think it's Hacker's Memory is coming out for free in April.
All right.
You would just play that one.
Next month I'll download it on PlayStation.
Never play.
There you go.
Just like Sparking Zero.
Yeah, it's still in the wrapper.
I know. The fact that you haven't told me you've unwrapped it is what tells me it's still wrapped. Because I know you're going to tell me when you find it.
It's the object permanence, dude. Out of sight, out of mind. My wife made the mistake of putting it up when she cleaned, and I just forget I own it.
It's gone.
Yeah. Amateurish Author 2202. Matt was used in Millith, Leviamon, Mervamon Loop, and a couple other purple decks. I can't really know off the top of my head.
Yep.
Yeah. Whatever.
Gone but not forgotten. Dragonite 22. I will say Owen Dreadnought's Agumon does replace the Trampoline, Agu, and Agumon generic plus 2k, and the ability to get any of the Agumon or Wargrey is convenient.
Fair. He's talking about the... You know which one he's talking about. The alt art one where he's like on a trampoline and he just has the inheritable give 2000 DP. It's the one we would play when we would old Agu Bond and you would digivolve into the Greymon with security attack +1. So you'd be swinging for like 9k 2 checks.
Are you pulling it up, Brandon?
I am.
He's like on his back doing this, Agumon on a trampoline.
I don't.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't remember what art you're talking about.
You do. When you see it, you'll be like,
oh.
Oh my god, that is a trampoline.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Starter
I actually haven't played that one in a while. But yeah. I think my most recent Agumon list had it in there, but I cut it like a couple weeks later.
I mean, this is his normal art where he's like punching the...
Yeah, I know what card it is. I recognize it. I just didn't realize that was a trampoline in the background. It's also when attacking plus 2k, when attacking a player specifically.
Yeah.
So
zooming in on this Agumon, generic. Zooming in on this Agumon, somebody messed up his jaw. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but look at the break in his jaw. I don't think that's how his jaw is supposed to work.
I can't really tell.
Right there past his cheek.
Maybe Marcus gave him the old 1-2 because that is Marcus's Agumon.
Because like every other Agumon, he has one solid, just piece. It's not like broken up. That's weird. Agumon has a weird face.
At least none of ours are on the ban list.
You're right. That just means you don't have good enough cards.
At least I can play them all.
Yeah, besides one.
Yeah, you can play a bad deck. Cool.
Yeah. So can you.
Yeah, I could, because all of mine are banned.
Yeah, exactly. Oreo X1000, new arena in BT22.
Yep. Looks that way.
Most likely, yeah. We're definitely getting a new Old Force. They would need to give us something. Like, they can't just give, like, a wave of support, like a little, like a line, and be like, alright, this fixes the deck, it's meta now.
What gives more credence to getting a new Rena is the fact that she makes a pretty vital appearance in the game itself.
Oh.
She is there.
You guys know the lore.
And you will too soon.
Hopefully.
No, it's Hacker's Memory, so it's the second one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not even the... Oh, it's not the dual pack or something like that? Maybe that was just for the Switch.
Amateurish Author 2202. I'd rather play Lynxmon instead of Sagittariumon and Sylphimon. It goes over Godamon, is free, goes over all rookies and even one of the champions. The DP minus is nice if the opponent doesn't have immunity. And since it's yellow and is an armor form, you can run Magna X in it. I agree. I was more just spitballing what you could put that in, because that's literally the only deck I could think of that you would even put that in. Other than that, it doesn't have a home.
It just exists.
Yeah, it's just a card that they were like, this Digimon exists, let's just put it in the game. Why not? Damien Car 168, thank you for being a channel member. You're looking at it from the wrong perspective. This isn't a mid-Examon card. This is a nice new Galaxy card. That is very true. Also,
oh, sorry, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was going to say something came to my mind while we were going through everything, and there is actually more level 6 options than we had remembered, because I forgot this site doesn't include multicolor whenever you sort it that way. So there is actually more options. There's another Metal Edamon. There's another Slash Angemon. There's the entire 3 Gate Guardians. I just don't think you can play the top end.
Oh, the payoff.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually more.
I thought you were gonna say the entire 3 Great Angels, and I was like, what? You
can play. You can play a 3 Great Angel.
You can play a couple of them, I think.
Yeah. You can play Boncho and Varuduru. We just can't play Chaos.
There's probably some stupid stuff in there. Is there an uncommon Pyodramon? I feel like you could play. There's not.
I don't think
No,
so.
only the red purple one. No, unless you're counting the EX1, but those can't DNA.
I meant DNA specifically.
Mm-mm. The other ones that
you can have Rapid.
they're all rares.
Did you say Rapidmon?
Yeah, he's from the starter deck. He's a uncommon.
Oh yeah.
What?
Dino. Yeah, Perperial.
Hold on, there's no uncommon Rapidmon
Hold on.
or common.
I literally
no,
have him pulled up. Right, he's common.
Where am I starter deck Rapid? Let
From
me look
starter deck
this.
17. He is a common.
Show us.
This is
my God.
this is a super rare. Oh, you're talking about the 5? Yeah, he's a common.
That's oh, you know what it is? It's the foiling. I'm thinking about the foiling.
It's because the entire deck is foiled because it's an
Entire
advanced
deck
deck.
is
right.
But I was like, the level 4 can't be.
That's what I was thinking. He was talking about was the level 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, talking about too.
All right, go to the next question. Brand's pissing me off.
That was the last one.
That was the last one.
Good. He's lucky I can't go into his room anymore and smack him around. Otherwise, I would.
Yo, shout out to Robbie for cheating so hard. I even missed some in Saturday's video.
Are you still getting comments?
Yes.
I want to go check the.
I'm going to start reading each and every card he puts on the field versus me because apparently I have to because he doesn't read them.
Put a pinned comment in there and be like, yes, I know.
Nah, dude, they can point it out. If they're not gonna bother reading the other comments that are pointing out the same thing and just saying it again, I'm like, whatever, man, go for it. You can do it. I don't mind them pointing it out. I'm just like,
yeah, it's more engagement.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It's just
it do be what
funny.
It do be.
Yeah, it happens. I don't bother reading his cards because I think the deck sucks. I just happen to be playing a bad deck into him, so it was kind of a struggle.
Struggles indeed.
Yeah. Excellent.
Nice. All right, you guys have fun.
You as well.
I'm gonna go do laundry.
Yeah.